going. Okay, Steve, the floor is yours.
All right, thank you, Craig. The meeting of the Technology Advisory Group is called to order. Craig, will you take a roll call, please?
Thank you, Chairman and members of the committee. Tom Bacon,
Present.
Mike Chickaron,
Present.
Kim Clark, Travis Cutright. Oh, looks like Travis is joining right now. Chris Dalmelin, Justin Fair, Robert Fisher,
Here.
Jim Keane, Steve Holliday,
Here.
Tracy Mills,
Here.
Phil Oslin, Greg Platax, Brian Paul, Sasan Paridazadi,
Here.
Andy Sandoval, Jeff Sheets, Ed Winfield,
Here.
and Mark Wittenberg.
Here.
Okay, Jim, do we have you on?
Yeah, I'm here. I don't know if you can hear me, but
Yeah,
I'm here.
loud and clear. Thanks, Jim. And we do have a quorum.
Thank you. Are there any other members participating that we have not called?
I came in late. This is Travis Cutright.
All right, thank you, Travis.
Okay, please remember to mute your microphone when you are not speaking. Call to the audience. Members of the public were asked to submit written comments related to this meeting on the MAG website within 1 hour of the posted start time for the meeting. Craig, do we have any public comments?
No, we do not.
Thank you. Approval of the September 16th, 2021 meeting minutes. Could I have a motion to recommend approval of the September 16th, 2021 meeting minutes?
So moved.
And a second?
Second.
Craig, would you take a roll call, please?
Thank you, Chairman and members of the committee. Please signify by saying aye. Tom Bacon,
Aye.
Mike Chickaron,
Aye.
Kim Clark, Travis Cutright, Travis. We'll come back to Travis. Chris Dalmelin, Justin Fair, Robert Fisher,
Aye.
Jim Keane,
Aye.
Steve Holliday,
Aye.
Tracy Mills,
Aye.
Phil Oslin, Greg Platax, Brian Paul, Sasan Paridazadi,
Aye.
Andy Sandoval, Jeff Sheets, Ed Winfield, Ed.
Aye.
Thank you. Mark Wittenberg,
Aye.
and back to Travis.
I apologize.
No problem at all. And that is approved.
Okay, thank you. And I'm sorry, Tracy had the second. Who made the motion?
Mark Wittenberg.
Thank you. Regional Community Network update. Ryan Gish of MAG will provide an update to the Regional Community Network. Ryan?
Thank you, Chairman, members of the TAG committee. Just a couple of quick updates as far as the RCN goes. I know it's been a few months since we've given any update, but some of them mostly just fiber. With one of the major ones, due to the upcoming I-10 Broadway construction or Broadway curve construction project that ADOT has kind of started or kind of has ongoing, there's a couple of important fibers that we have along that pathway that go from either ADOT to Scottsdale or ADOT to Tempe. And to kind of help alleviate some of that pressure on any of those links going down, we added some redundancy along the 101. So we ended up taking a fiber path with the help of ADOT, Peoria, and Scottsdale. And we took a connection from Peoria all the way out to Scottsdale, all along the 101. So like a 45-mile link, which is actually pretty impressive for a 10 gig link. And we got that up a few weeks back. Other than that, there was a couple other upgrades that we had been working with our TISMO group to get a link along, it was over on McDOT, along Durango Curve to the ADOT TOC. So that was a very important link where they've had it hit probably like 3 or 4 times in the past 5 years, and the fiber itself is pretty old. So every time they upgraded it, it would be a different size tube and just caused a lot of errors, if you will. So we updated that about 2 months ago, and that seemed to help improve a lot of the communications path between there, mostly for a lot of regional applications, either for cameras, their regional archive data system that they have at McDOT, and other traffic applications that a lot of the agencies use to haul back to McDOT. Other than that, other Regency or regional updates that we're going to have upcoming would be the Queen Creek project. So Queen Creek is currently connected to the RCN over a wireless hop, and we're looking to upgrade that connection to a fiber connection. We probably did about 5 years ago, we had done a wireless shot, and as 1 gig wireless shot, which proved to be useful for that connection at the time. But since then, they've had a lot of development in housing and other commercial along that path on Ellsworth. And we're going to be upgrading that 1.5 to 2 mile link with fiber. So I wanted to thank folks at Mesa and Queen Creek for their involvement in that. And hoping to get that project underway in about a month or 2. Luckily, Queen Creek had been a little proactive, and about 6-7 months ago, they had actually purchased or started the procurement process to get some of the fiber in. And as you folks do probably know, a lot of the fiber is about a year out at this point. So the fiber should be coming in shortly. So luckily, Queen Creek kind of got on the jumping ball on that one and got that going. So we're hoping to have that project done before the next few months here. Other than that, I think Craig and I had updated you, your guys' group, a few months back on the SunCloud project that MAG is working on. And a lot of it had to do with the collection of fiber data. And we had started with a lot of the transportation folks. And I know some of you guys kind of share fiber on both sides there, whether it be IT provided fiber or ITS provided fiber. But I wanted to let you know that we got a ton of info or data back from your local traffic or transportation groups. And from that, we're able just to kind of populate just a high level, just kind of lines on a map, or even just polygons that kind of represent where fiber is at within the area. So we've been able to get a lot of that from your folks. So just wanted to say I appreciate all the help and support in that. And other than that, that is all I have, unless anybody has any questions.
Are there any questions from the group? All right, thank you, Ryan.
Thank you, Chairman.
This item was on the agenda for information and discussion only. Moving on, American Rescue Plan Act funds. Committee members will discuss how ARPA funds have been utilized in information technology projects. Would anybody like to begin?
Sure, I can start. I think I was the one who mentioned this, so thought it'd be worth a discussion. So, what we learned here in Maricopa was that ARPA was a bit different from CARES. CARES seemed to have specific carve out for technology, and I know we were able to use those wisely. ARPA tends this from our interpretations is more focused on human services, small business assistance, mental health services, those kinds of things, and we've not really been able to leverage it for specific technology endeavors around infrastructure, other than technology that might be in support of those other programs. So, for example, we're going to be using it to fund some activity in our public health area, in our human services area, anything we have to do with program management for mental health services, those kinds of things. So I think that was a distinction that was drawn between the two programs. And I just wondered if anybody else had any experiences with ARPA or how they might be leveraging ARPA for technology and so on. As I noted, we're looking to use it more in a functional way than for infrastructure.
Yeah, this is Travis out in Mesa. We're leveraging the ARPA funds, and the funds are available for bridging the digital divide, for example, and things like that. And also there are some monies that could be available for things like SCADA and security related to SCADA and that sort of thing. What's different though is the reporting back. You got to report back on how you're with regards to technology, how you're what percentage of underserved population you've addressed, and at different intervals and that sort of thing. So we're leveraging it to accomplish the reduction in digital divide, if you will.
Yeah, no, good one, Travis. Yeah, I remember that that there was allowance in there for that. There was some mention of water and utility infrastructure, that kind of thing. So yeah, some SCADA activity would be appropriate. Yeah, so those are some great examples of where we might still be able to leverage the monies.
Yeah, whatever I say, let's keep that away from Mark over there in Tempe. I don't want him copying anything. So
Thanks, Travis. Thanks.
Okay, is anybody else using ARPA funds?
Like Travis, we're looking at broadband, but we're trying to figure out the best methodology. So we're in the process of actually meeting with Cox, CenturyLink, and the 3 big telecom providers to see how we can partner with them. And kind of back to the fiber discussion, it's like, okay, how can we leverage city-owned fiber or city road projects to be able to put in conduit and to be able to start building that infrastructure out, and then try to build towers like on the Mesa Tempe border, and then somehow cut off the RF from Mesa. No, I'm just
all right, touche.
What one directional towers? Yeah,
that's right. The center antenna is going to look odd.
Interesting. There's also going to be another boatload of money coming at broadband. I mean, that's a whole nother topic for interesting discussion at some point. But the government seems to be throwing money hand over fist at broadband. The new infrastructure bill is got yet another big amount of money coming at us for broadband. So optimistically, we can make it happen this time. I know this broadband has been something we've been striving for a long time. Optimistically, we can get ourselves organized and structured in a way that we can make it happen this time. So yeah, lots of money coming at us in that regard. I know in the region, the so-called region, the valley, if you will, there's a consortium together with ASU and some other organizations, the Arizona Digital Equity Organization, I think they're calling it. They've been making some presentations, Light Up the Valley and so on, that are trying to bring some regional organization to that and trying to move that forward.
All right, thank you. Anyone else?
Yeah, this is Jeff over in Avondale. So sorry I was late jumping on. Similar to Mark and Travis, yeah, we're leveraging, we've got an RFP out there now for some broadband infrastructure, and again, trying to partner with some of the people that are already here in the area to see how we can work together to get the widest reach possible. But yeah, similar, and then anxious to see what we can do with the new funding that just got released this week too. So that's still trying to figure out what that might look like.
All right, thank you. And anyone else on this topic? All right, moving on. Agency project update. The next item is the agency project update. Committee members can discuss current agency projects that may be of a regional interest to the committee. And this item is on the agenda for information and discussion only. Does anybody have any project updates that they would like to share?
similar to the group that we're in the process of implementing Workday. Not sure how many of those are interested in that, but we are working, I think, a fairly good project with Accenture to implement Workday. So if anybody's venturing anywhere near that, happy to share our experiences and how we structured the project and how we're moving it forward, planning to go live in April.
Hey, Ed, Mark, City of Tempe. So what platform are you moving away from?
We are currently with ADP. It's a PeopleSoft platform, the old system that they took over, or when we signed up with them, they took, I don't know if they took our system or just using one of their platforms, but we're currently with ADP.
Okay. Because we're getting ready to move from PeopleSoft to something, and so we're a year behind you.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Please reach out. I'm pretty biased towards Workday, but I don't want to shut down. Where there's other opportunities for good systems out there. But I think Workday is pretty world-class platform. So yeah, happy to share any of our experiences with you.
Is this a timekeeping system or
HR system.
management? The whole
It's going to
include timekeeping as well.
It will. Yeah, we're using Time Clocks Plus. We're going to be putting in some new time clocks and having that part of it as well.
Great.
Yeah,
Go ahead, Mark.
I was going to say, we're going to be doing the whole ERP. So we've got financials and HRMS, all our PeopleSoft right now, supported by Rimini Street. So it sounds like we're kind of in a similar boat.
Yeah, wow. I haven't heard Rimini Street in a long time, but we have a separate finance system, CGI. So we didn't go out that way. Yeah, no, interesting. Good. Again, happy to share anything, Mark. With our RFPs, contracts, whatever you need.
Yeah, I was just gonna say we're in a similar boat over here. We're on ADP for payroll and looking to upgrade, swap out a system to do both payroll and HRIS. Looking to see what that, it may be ADP, but we're experimenting to figure out what that might look like. So we hope to go live next January. So we got to move quick.
Anyone else?
Yes, David, Greg, I do have a couple of items if nobody else has anything. This is your last meeting. We do appreciate your leadership over the last 2 years. Executive committee for November was cancelled, which is typically when they move the recommended appointments moving forward. So that's actually not going to happen until December 1st. So the current recommendations are Travis will be ascending to the chair position and Tracy will be our vice chair. That will be confirmed December 1st. So Travis, I will be reaching out to you to meet after December 1st and work on the agenda for the next couple of meetings. Meeting schedule will be coming out in the next couple of days for 2022. And I'll get calendar reminders sent out to everybody on that. The MAG offices will be opening officially January 3rd. This will just be to member agencies, not to the public yet. So we will be offering on-site meetings in addition to Zoom, because I know you're all dying to come back to the MAG office and see everybody or hang out on Zoom. So we will be offering hybrid meetings. So I will be on site and we will also be offering Zoom as well. So, and that does conclude my item.
Thank you, Craig. Future agenda items. Does anybody have any requests for a future agenda item at this point?
I think we should.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Tracy.
Sorry. On the topic of broadband and just trying to keep everything regional, I know there's a lot of working committees out there. Maybe there's an update that can happen with some of the people that are involved with those working committees. I think, Mark, you're on one.
I am, and that's what I was going to say is I think Dominic Papa would be a good one to invite into MAG because I think he's probably the most regionally connected on all the different groups that are working on broadband.
Agreed.
That's a great idea. Anything else for future meetings?
There might be something related to supply chain in terms of just what experiences people are having. I was at a CIO conference a couple of weeks ago. Some of the big players were there, Cisco, HP, and so on. They're suggesting that we're going to have struggles through 2022 into early 2023. I don't know if anybody else is getting that feedback or not, but maybe just to touch on anything that people are experiencing and seeing along the way as the year rolls out. Sorry, just a quick tangent on that. That one of the things they cautioned was be careful with vendors that say they can do it and they've got the equipment and they can deliver. The companies are interested in booking the orders, but in fact they really can't deliver. So you get caught in that where somehow you think you've solved the problem, and they're in the mix with everyone else. So anyhow, ongoing supply chain issues might be just a topic to touch on as we go forward.
I would just say there's not a Surface dock to be found since we went to all the Best Buys in the Valley.
Good point on that. We did a big buy back in CARES money again, end of 2020, right? We went with CARES and bought a bunch of Chromebooks, I guess, for the schools, right? Like 30,000 Chromebooks. I mean, there'd be no possible way to do that now. So anyhow.
Yeah, Audrey, do you think we'd have by that point an update on gyms?
I would hope so, yes.
Okay.
So definitely. And the other thing I was just going to say the same thing as you guys on the broadband. So everybody's on the same page, I think.
Great. Well, those are great topics going forward. And I don't believe, but Craig, could you please summarize any tasks that were assigned during the meeting?
Thank you, Chairman and members of the committee. Basically, I'll just be following up on the topics for future meetings, and I'll be meeting with Travis after December 1st.
Okay. Thank you. The next meeting of MagTag is scheduled for Thursday, January 20th, 2022 at 10 a.m. Could I have a motion to adjourn?
If I may say a word or two, to thank Craig for his leadership here over 2 years, I think, right, Craig?
Oh, that would be Steve.
Steve, I'm sorry, Steve. So thank you.
You're welcome.
I was about to say Craig's leaving. What? Did I miss a memo?
I wasn't sure exactly how it was bouncing back and forth, so sorry about that. But anyhow, thank you for keeping this going. I think it's an important meeting, so thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Travis.
All right, thank you. And so, anybody opposed? We will adjourn the meeting. Thank you very much for your time this morning, everyone.
Happy holidays, everybody.
Thank you.
Holidays.
Bye.
Nice to see you all. Thank you.
Yep.
Merry holidays.